Hey everybody, welcome to the garden. I hope you're having a great day. Shout out to the lemon and lime lovers and everybody in between. It's time for the crypto market recap. Let's hop into these charts, see what the story is and what it may be. And remember, if you're interested in any of the services I provide, please check the links in the description below for both the Patreon and Discord. Okay, guys, so we're going to be taking a look at the market once more for this daily recap. We'll be looking at Bitcoin, Avalanche, Ethereum, Solana, Polkadot, Link, and Cardano as we are currently still long these positions. And we had just closed in the Polygon MATIC long position prior to this video, so we'll go over that position, that former position as well. Okay, so starting with Bitcoin, what are we seeing? We're having a beautiful bounce so far. It was actually somewhat of a weak day until later into the day, going in towards the close. We're about 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours from this daily close. We're holding above that 19,000, 20,000 zone, so that's a very good sign that we might see continued upside, which in my opinion is most likely. We are likely going to see a revisit of 24,000 to 25,000, and once we get there, that's when you want to be looking for any possible signs of a reversal. Okay, I do believe personally that we will see a little bit more upside going towards at least 26 to 28,000. I do think we can get a continued rise towards 30,000. And you see I'm circling this blue line, right? What have I been saying since I've drawn it, that this line will play a role at some point. And in my opinion, as we encroach on 30,000, this will be the line to look at for any sort of price interaction and a continuation of the longer term trend, which is to the downside. Okay, but once we hit 24 to 25,000, that continuation of the macro trend is in play. So this resistance level, and then this I would consider a pretty major resistance zone. So be careful as we get towards the 30,000 to 28,000 mark. Okay. We're still long this position. We are currently in the red for Bitcoin. But again, what have I always been saying? Be patient. Be patient. We buy key levels and then we let price action do its thing. We let the probabilities play out and they're always on our side. That's what we aim for. When we buy these key levels, it's likely for times of rest. And in this case, since the trend is to the downside, a time of rest would be a nice relief rally to the levels I have mentioned. All right, so we'll see as we go forward, but currently we are in the red, but we are comfortable, especially now that we closed that Polygon trade. All right, so let's go on to Avalanche, see what that's looking like. So Avalanche also red in this position, but it is showing signs of life. Beautiful, like just a beautiful way it's been interacting with this trend line, just oscillating up and down as was mapped out before it even got there. It was very obvious that we would see price interact with this level for quite a while, and now we may be getting that beginning of a push out higher towards this next major level, which in my opinion is going to be around $40, and then the next level past that is $50. Okay, and I've said before in the past that $50 will be a key level because it is where the bottom part of the macro bull market was. Okay, this macro structure that's bearish. Okay, this $50 zone here is where it separates from the bullish cycle to the bearish cycle. So $50 will be a massive psychological level as well as a technical level, and in my opinion, if price reaches there, look for major moves to the downside, a continuation of this macro trend to the downside. Okay, that's what I'm looking at. But currently, we are in a long because Avalanche is extremely oversold. It is due for a significant bounce, and we are likely going to see it at least get up to $30. But in my opinion, you'll likely see $35 to $40 in the near future. Okay, so let's go on to Ethereum. Look at that next. So Ethereum, again, similar to Bitcoin, holding a key support zone, tapping a major level of long-term accumulation, which is $900. So if you're a member, a Patreon member, I've mentioned Ethereum as being a long-term asset for accumulation, and sub $1,000 in my opinion is a great time to slowly start DCAing into Ethereum. So if you get $900 and lower, consider that golden. Just be patient. separate your buy orders and be wise with your exposure. Again, if you're a member, I will continuously go over that in the break room, the exclusive room for Patreon members, and share when I'm looking to, add on personally to these positions for the long term, not a swing trade, more of an investment. Okay. But right now, holding these key levels, it is currently trading under this trend line, so it will have some added pressure. But if Bitcoin has that impulse higher going towards 30,000, look for Ethereum to break through, and its first minor level will be 1,700, and then the next major level of resistance will be around 1,900 to 1,850. So this is the minor level you want to look out for first, which is right here, this bottom wick, this is the wick of when Terra Luna's UST pretty much imploded. So this is that bottom wick, so look for that to be tested, and then if that's broken through, the major level of resistance will be 1850 to 1900. Okay. All right, the next one is Solana, which we are long that, and I believe we're in the green with that. We're actually in the green with everything else: Solana, Polkadot, Link, and Cardano currently. We'll see if we stay there. We've been oscillating, break even, and in the green, whereas Bitcoin, Avalanche, and Ethereum, we're in the red, but it's doable since it's not too much of an exposure. And of course, if you are leverage trading, this is a good example of why you need to control your leverage and your position sizing. Okay. So Solana, and actually let's pull this out. Solana's looking good as well. All right, showing signs of life. Broke past this descending trend line and now having a pretty beautiful daily candle. If it can close this way above $38 would be more ideal. But engulfing this candle is very nice to see. And again, Solana has been a coin I've been watching, and I have high expectations of this coin to actually have a massive move to the upside. I think percentage gain wise, it could be our top performer in the positions we're currently in, and I do see it getting towards $55 to $60 fairly quickly, especially if it breaks above $38, holds this key level, and then has a rise alongside Bitcoin going towards 30,000. I think you will see Solana getting towards this zone of $55 to $60, and then if that's held and we have a bullish consolidation like a flag or a descending wedge, look for that move towards $75 to $80. Okay, I've been spouting that this is likely going to happen, especially with the price action looking as it does. We just have to be patient. Okay, we had more downside than even I was expecting, but it was still within the parameters of where the overall structure wasn't broken. No matter how much noise was being said all over the internet, nothing had changed since major levels were still being held. Okay, so we'll see if we get that follow through past 38, and then we'll see if we can get towards the 55 to 60 bucks, and we'll see what price action looks like then. By the time we get to $55, $60, I will likely have closed the trade, by the way. But it will be very interesting to see if we have that continuation higher, because this will be the key levels to start looking to open up shorts. Okay, because remember, everyone's going to get really, really bullish, especially if Bitcoin gets back, towards 30,000. Watch for the whole market to shift, saying that this was the bottom, and everyone's gonna be looking for new all-time highs going into the next couple years. All right, Polkadot is next. So Polkadot holding a key level. Let me actually paint some trend lines real quick. So retook the bottom wick here as support, and then also made another little short-term small support level here. So we have a little support zone here, and so far it's been holding it fairly decently. And Polkadot looks really good to at least break towards $10. $10 looks pretty solid on Polkadot. I'd be aiming for anywhere from $8.80 to $9.50. This is a key zone that looks good. The way I'm seeing is just these mini small bottom pivots right here. Okay, so this would be a fairly decent target, if you're getting in down here. And for us, we're we're slightly in profit, so getting up to here will be a nice 20% trade. So that's definitely comfortable for me. So we'll keep our eye on it. But from what I'm seeing with Polkadot, I do like its structure. And take a look at this. It broke this this short term descent. Actually, nope, it's challenging it right now, so it hasn't broken through. So we'll actually see if it can actually get through this and start that breakout trade. If it does break out decisively, a move towards $10 might be more likely. So I'll keep my eye on this. I do like the overall structure for it to have a little bit more upside. at least towards $8.50. Okay, let's take a quick look at Link. And Link has been showing relative strength for quite a while. Unlike all these other coins, what has it not done? It has not lost that bottom wick. Okay, a lot of these other coins have retaken that bottom wick as support. Link never lost it. It tested it about 2 times, almost 3 times right here, 4 times maybe, and it just held through. So that's a very good sign, and not surprising, right? Because what did I say? $5 was going to be a massive level for Link, right? So go back in my past recap videos, going into last month, $5 would be a major level for Link to hold, and it technically hasn't even visited, because the demand at this level here is going to be so high that there's so many front runners. $5 wasn't even truly tested, and I do see us getting towards at least $9 for Link. I think Link can have a really beautiful move, but $9 looks really good, testing the bottom structure of this channel. Okay, that it broke bearish when the probability was bullish for it to break out, but because of Bitcoin and also because of what happened with Terra Luna, it broke bearish. I do see this bottom structure being at least tested once or twice, which is about $9 and $9.50. And if that's broken through, watch for this descending trend line here to be the next target, which can be, depending on how quickly or slowly it gets to this level, anywhere from $12 and change all the way towards $10 and change. Okay, so Link looks really good for really beautiful upside, and we are decently in the money in this already. So my first thought is to take a look at maybe taking profits at $8.50, but if I feel really confident about the price action and I start closing out other positions, namely, let's say Solana, maybe I'll let it run towards $9 and change. Just depends on how the structure in Bitcoin looks and how much exposure we have. Okay, so if you're in this trade with me, just make sure that you have my alerts set so you know exactly what I'm doing. All right, Cardano. So Cardano's been building a base, and like Link, did not lose that bottom wick here, but unlike Link, showed a lot of weakness prior to Bitcoin and other coins, right? So Cardano kind of front ran the market a little bit, but it has held its bottom wick, and it's made a nice little structure here. So I actually think Cardano has real potential, having a really big move to the upside, to at least recheck out, to retest this level at 60 cents, to test this top pivot here before maybe coming down again. But if it does get through and Bitcoin's passing 30,000 or at 30,000, do not be surprised if you see Cardano make a quick move towards 73 to 75 cents, which would be a massive move. And 75 cents does match up with these two levels here. So you have that wick here, and then you have this wick right here. So I would not be surprised if you do see this get tapped. There's going to be a lot of liquidity there. But if we get past this level, it's time to start looking for shorts, okay? As close to $1 as you can get, because I will be very surprised if it does get past $1 and doesn't come back to test around 80 to 75 cents again. All right, this sort of structure, it's very likely to come back and test this level again. So if we get towards this zone, I will be looking for major resistance levels, like maybe this minor one at 92 cents to this major one at $1 change, to start a short position for the retest down towards at least 90 cents and maybe even 80 to 75 cents. Okay, we'll cross that bridge as we get there, but I'm just mapping out what may be. Currently we are long. We're currently somewhat break even here, a little bit in the green, and then we'll likely see a move towards 50 cents at the least, which for us would be a great percentage move. Again, depending on how the market looks, I might try and squeeze out a little bit more and let it run towards 55, 60 cents if that's looking likely. But right now, if it got to 50 cents, 53 cents, I'd be pretty happy to take the profit from there. Okay. All right. So let's take a look at MATIC. So this is the trade we closed today. Beautiful trade, about 26%. Having a small little, giving away some profit, but beautiful. It looks good to come all the way up towards 62 cents. But it did tap this bottom resistance level here. But do not be too shaken by that. I do see a little bit more upside, but we don't want to hold on to these things too long because the macro trend is still to the downside, and 26% is more than well enough. We're not going to get greedy, But look for 62 cents to be the major resistance zone, this area here. If it does get past that, then 75 cents is looking really good. But if it does get 75 cents and hold 62 cents, I think you're going to see a dollar MATIC at some point. But again, depending on Bitcoin. Really, really depending on Bitcoin. It was a very good trade. And if it starts extending too high to the upside, what are we going to do? We're going to start looking to start a short position, because the market will get extremely bullish and the levels will be very probable to holding as resistance if it rises too fast. Okay, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Just make sure, if you are following my trades, you are taking the proper precautions, you're not exposing yourself, you're not doing too much high leverage, and you understand that every time I open a position, I am thinking I'm going to add on to that position. I'm not catching the very top and I'm not catching the very bottom. I will likely be adding on to those positions over time. So, make sure you keep that in mind if you're going to follow my trades. Okay, and if you are patient, as I always preach to be, you get trades like this. And we've only had, I think, less than 3 losses in crypto since the start of the year. This is the way we do it. All right. Okay, so I think that's all I'm going to go over today. I just want to go over our positions, what I'm thinking, what I'm seeing, and just make sure to let me know if you have any questions. Just message me on Discord, and in the chat, or just DM me, whatever you're more comfortable with. And if you are interested in my my services, if you're interested in the callouts, just $15 a month. I make it as cheap as I possibly can. If you are interested in my tutorings, that'll cost you. Just depends on what sort of package you're looking at. If you're looking, one pay per session, it's $100. Looking to pay for the month, $400. And if you want to do the whole year, it's about $2,000, saving you about another $2,000 for the whole year if you're just trying to do it, per session. Okay, so all right. So I think that's all I'm going to go over. Yeah. All right, everyone. So remember, be patient, be vigilant, and be nimble. Love you guys. Take care.